What I want to do now is I want to talk to, sitting next to me on my left here is the amazing Anthony Austin from Trick or Treat Studios. So please give it up for Anthony Austin.
I'm just one guy that's in my team here that's here for the panel, but we're really excited to be here, and thank you for allowing us to put our masks lit here.
Absolutely. So Trick or Treat Studios is a local company, amazingly a local company that has cornered the market on scary Halloween stuff and owns the rights to Chucky and the Universal Monsters and Game of Thrones and so many things, Dungeons and Dragons, so many things that you will recognize. And Anthony was so kind with his team to come and decorate our space for us today so that we could have this nice background against which to take pictures of the speakers and whatnot. And I think it's just absolutely wonderful. And so I thought it would be really great if I could get Anthony to talk to us a little bit about what is actually around us here and what it means to the company.
Yeah, so I guess we'll start over here at the big pumpkin head prop here that I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed. But
that's my favorite.
Pumpkin head is on display in our office, and we see it every day. And it's a little bit weird. I went to the office today and it was not there, so I go,
that's weird.
This is a little strange.
Yeah.
But this is anywhere between a $5,000 and $7,000 prop. It's handmade by a guy named Michael Burnett. We were going to make about 5 or 6 of these, but unfortunately, he was taking too long to make one, so we just said, just make us one, and we'll keep it in the office for display. So I bring it to things like this. If people ask me for museum pieces, things like that, I think it's a pretty good eyepiece for that.
It's wonderful.
But this is mostly just for us, for Trick or Treat, for our team. Back here, on the far side, we got a lot of our Michael Myers masks. I'm sure a lot of you guys in the front can't really see some of this stuff, but Michael Myers was basically how we springboarded our company back in, I want to say, the early, maybe 2011, 2012. The company was founded by a couple guys named Chris Defro and Justin Mabry, and they were big-time mask collectors. And at that time, there was the companies that were putting out Halloween merchandise was just putting out products that were basically just use it one and done type of things, like costumes, right. you know, your normal Halloween mask that you would wear one time a year and throw it away in your closet. They were mask collectors. So they said, you know what, there's a mask market out here for people that are looking for basically Halloween masks that would like to display in their houses or up on, you know, in their workplaces or whatever it is, and I think we have something here. So they generated a couple original designs, and we have some around here. But the Michael Myers mask, it's a funny story. Universal Studios owned the rights to Halloween 2. They own the rights to Halloween 2, Halloween 3, and I think that's it, as far as Universal Studios goes. And Chris, the founder of the company, at the time, we were literally just peons. I mean, selling maybe 7 or 8 masks.
Wow.
Repeatedly would keep emailing the Universal Studios rep every day, letting them know that they had the Halloween 2 merchandise every single day.
Wow.
So they would never respond. And finally, about after the 50th time, they responded back and said, if you stop emailing us, we will entertain the idea of you guys taking the Halloween 2 license.
And there's a good lesson there for all of us, I think.
And the rest is history. So we took the Halloween 2 Michael Myers mask, we put it out, and for a $60 price point for a mask like that, it was unheard of at that time, and basically put us really on the map for Trick or Treat Studios.
Fantastic. Wow.
So that's kind of like where we really springboarded the company and really took off the first wave through. And then the next here is, I'm sure you guys have seen Chucky, the Chucky doll hanging around here. This is our plush doll.
I love how you solved that problem, by the way, because we had him suspended by his shoulders, but he kind of looked like this. And so I like how you solved that problem.
Yeah. So back in 2018, again, Chris and Justin came through and said, you know what, there's a market here for a Chucky doll, right? And Chucky was kind of like a license that was kind of put away on the back burner a little bit, and people liked Chucky, but there wasn't a whole lot of new merchandise coming out for it.
Right.
And the only way that you were able to get a good guy doll was basically through private, sellers that were basically just independent artists making their own Chucky dolls, and they were going to run you anywhere between $2,000 and $3,000 each.
Wow.
So we went to New York Toy Fair back in 2018 looking for a manufacturer that would be able to replicate one-to-one this Chucky doll that we had, and we found one.
Wow.
And for a price point at, I want to say, retail was about $500, $250 wholesale. We took off, and I think we made our first $1 million item right then and there. And from there, it was, as a small company that maybe only had 7 people or so, we turned into the giant monster that is now. Allows us to get the revenue for what we needed as far as, the other licenses that you see here, Universal Monsters. Some of them, I want to say, I'm trying to point out.
Goosebumps.
Maybe some more Michael Myers licenses, H1, H2, H3, H4, 5, 6, Goosebumps, Scooby-Doo, a number of different licenses that maybe we weren't able to get at that time because of just cash flow, just revenue-wise.
Right.
But that really like put us on the map. It's like, other than the Halloween 2, the Chucky doll was one of those things where everybody's like, who's this company, Trick or Treat Studios, out of Santa Cruz, California? What are they doing? So I think we sold, I don't know, Laura, how many do you think we sold as far as Chucky dolls since 2018? 15,000, 20,000, I'd say, Chucky dolls.
People love Chucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it was something that it caught me by surprise.
Yeah.
And we actually launched it on Kickstarter. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Kickstarter, but that's originally how we launched it because we didn't really have the money to be able to fund something like that.
Wow.
So we needed to figure out, like, just to gauge what was the like, basically what did people want and how many of it and how much can we produce. And when that thing hit $1 million, I remember just looking at it going, this is insane.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know this many people wanted a Chucky doll. And
People love monsters. This is why we're here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But-
you mentioned Scooby-Doo. I think that witch is from Scooby-Doo,
Yeah,
right?
the
Blue
witch is from Scooby-Doo. We also have a couple Scooby-Doo monsters, which is over there on the far right, up top. You got Wolfman, the clown, and then over there is Scooby-Doo the witch. But we do the villains from Scooby-Doo.
Just the villains.
So just the villains right now.
Right.
I've been trying to get them to do Scooby and a few of the other ones, but our directors and product development team are big time horror fans. So,
terrific. That's good.
You got to do the villains first.
Do you have to love horror to work in this business?
I would say, yeah. I mean, to an extent, yes, you do. I mean, you have, in order to sell this stuff, you have to know what you're selling, right? I mean, just like anything else in the world, instead of you going home to learn how to, write a novel or something, you're going to go home and watch Texas Chainsaw #2, and
It's research.
figure out who he's killing in that movie, right?
This is what you got to do. I do the same thing in my work as a scholar. I get grants to watch horror movies. Works out great.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo, and then up top, at the very top, you got Venger and Eye of the Beholder, which is from Dungeons and Dragons.
Incredible.
From the Monster Manual. And then down below, we were
Now
just...
that's from the before you get off of that. That's from the old TV series, the cartoon.
Yeah, that is
series
correct.
Which I loved when I was a
Yeah.
kid. Yeah, very very deep cut right there. Very obscure reference, I think.
And then we got Freddy down low, which
A couple of Freddys I see.
will haunt you in your dreams. And then you got a couple of Texas Chainsaw Massacres there, Leatherface 2, 3. You got Grandma from 1974. And then I brought a Rob Zombie mask, which we recently acquired a license. That was a big one for us.
Fantastic.
So, and then we lost the license for Goosebumps a few years back. Unfortunately, we couldn't come to an agreement on a new contract, but we were able to to renegotiate one. We were able to put out all the stuff that we did for Goosebumps, including those vacuforms there, that you'll see probably in Spirit Halloween. Some of the stuff you will see in Spirit Halloween if you go to the local one here. They'll have our Myers mask, our Freddy mask, a few of the vacuforms that we have, or injection masks. So they do carry some of our stuff.
That's great. That's very cool. And how about you? But just to take a break from the cavalcade, but how did you get into this crazy business?
Oh, that's a long story, but we'll do a short version of that. I was here actually at Cabrillo College. I was coaching baseball here.
No kidding.
And I had about 3 or 4 different jobs, just trying to live in Santa Cruz. As you all know, it's very expensive to live here.
Yeah.
And just trying to keep afloat. It was one of the jobs where I knew somebody from my team, and he was a warehouse manager for Trick or Treat at the time. And he said, you know what, why don't you come in and apply? We have a seasonal warehouse employee job that we have that pays nothing, but you'll put some money in your pocket, and it's a fun job. So I said, all right, I'll come down. And that's how I started. Basically, was as a seasonal warehouse employee back in 2016, packing small Party City orders. And just kind of climbed through the ranks. Was promoted to do some Party City invoicing stuff for the company, and then sales, basically your basic sales rep, making commission and a few other things, and then sales manager, and now I'm the director of the company. So
wow.
It's been a ride. It's been fun.
I bet, yeah. And then one day you would decorate the Festival of Monsters.
Yeah, no, it's when you guys came to us and said, hey, can you do something, put some masks up for display? I said, absolutely.
Yeah, we're so happy that you.
The past couple of years, we really, looked internally and said, in our company, I don't know if a lot of people know that we are here.
Yeah.
I think we're well known nationally now, but I don't know about Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I think that's right. I don't think Santa Cruz knows about it.
So, I mean, how many people here did not know about us at all when you walked in the door? Yeah, that's a lot of people, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think we really were like, we need to do a better job in kind of community involvement and doing things like this, and being able to support UCSC and a couple of the colleges here. It's we're proud to do it. So
that's great. Thank you so much. Thanks for being. Thank you for being a part of this. It's
absolutely.
Really great. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so moving on to these killer clowns. I think I really want to talk about them because I happen to know that movie, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, was filmed in Watsonville, which is just about half an hour drive from where we're sitting.
It was. That is correct. And that guy up there on the top left, Slim, is the clown, and the little red balls hanging up from the top, and then the big ears on the left. Slim was played by our president of our company's wife's dad.
No kidding.
Was in that movie, and he played that character. There's a funny story. He showed up to the film site as an extra, and he was, I think, like 6'7" or 6'8" or something. He was a big man.
Yeah.
And were looking at all the extras and said, "You're going to play that clown."
Wow.
So he threw the mask on. I mean, low budget movie, right? I mean,
yeah, it's great.
You're showing up to as an extra, and you get put in. So he, unfortunately, he passed away a few years back, but he was Slim in that movie, and I think also Shorty as well. Yeah, he was a few of them, just because of the sheer size of him, right? It's like
Slim and Shorty. I get it. Yeah.
And then below that, we got the Ghoulies license. So that's Fish Ghoulie and Cat Ghoulie. That Cat Ghoulie prop looks really nasty.
That looks nasty.
And then under him, you got the Power Slave Mummy, Iron Maiden. We do a number of different rock bands, masks, and things like that, including Motorhead and Iron Maiden, Misfits, and
Ghost,
and Ice Nine Kills, and Rob Zombie. I mean, the list goes on. We do a bunch of cool rocker stuff.
Awesome.
And then we also have just some like standard designs. That glob mask on the right next to the guy with the hat. I think that one was inspired by the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
And then you have Dead Eye on the left, which is an original, and then below him is the Ghost Pirate. And Art the Clown right there, the white mask, the clown, that is a huge horror icon right now. It's actually probably going to be our present day Michael Myers or Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No kidding.
That license is really taken off.
What's his story?
He's basically just this killer, brutal clown you've ever seen Terrifier?
No.
Oh, you're gonna have to check it out. I can't even really explain it, Other than the fact that it's just
He's just really terrifying.
Terrifier 2 came out and people were walking out of the theaters.
Yeah,
because they couldn't deal with the gore. So
he's very scary.
yeah, so he's actually, we sell a ton of Terrifier products, including action figures and air fresheners and pins and a number of different things. I mean, the list goes on.
Amazing.
And then below him, we got Return of the Living Dead, Tarman.
Tarman.
And then the Mohawk Zombie on the left. And then up top, on the top right, you got our standard version of our It Pennywise. Based off of number 2, I want to say. And you got Saw, Slayer, the Slayer mask. And then on the right here, we highlighted some stuff from Jordan Peele's films. As you guys know, a lot of Jordan Peele did Us here. And then obviously Nope came out, which is his recent movie. You got The Alien and then also The Hands. And then from Us, I got both of the masks that the kids wear and then also the Us scissors.
Scissors, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a really scary film.
Yeah.
A lot of horror films generate right in this area, of course, because Santa Cruz has a very strange history, which we're going to be showcasing in a future Festival of Monsters. Yeah, and I see an Uruk-hai over there.
Yeah, you got as far as the Lord of the Rings that we're talking about.
Yeah.
You got Lurtz and Gollum there. We got we got the license for Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit.
Great.
So we do a number of different masks from them.
Cool.
And then down below, when Game of Thrones first came out, we had the license before the movie took off. So before they killed off the White Walker in Night King, we sold thousands and thousands and thousands of White Walkers in Night King.
That's a great costume idea.
And I love that show. I don't know if anybody else does.
Oh yeah, Game of Thrones for sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean and then back up at the top, we got Jaws, and then the Jaws sign on the back side there, and then just an original ape, basically like a Frankenstein type ape. Monkel creature, but
very cool.
That's kind of it for the stuff up here, and then up to the right of us here on Universal Monsters wall, we have quite a bit of masks from basically 1940s, 1950s films. Creature from the Black Lagoon there, and then you got the Creature Walks Among Us, was just to the right of him with the hands. And then also a standard just Gill Men mask that we made for Trick or Treat Studios a few years back. And then Boris, we have both the Frankensteins up there, Glenn Strange.
Glenn Strange.
And and yeah, so that's kind of our display here, and
don't forget the mole people.
And the mole people, yeah.
Mole people are amazing, really scary. We really wanted to put those particular monsters, the Universal monsters, on this side of the stage because a lot of our speakers today are going to be talking about Frankenstein. We just had Addie Sy talk about Frankenstein, and later on we're going to have Mallory O'Meara come and talk about her work with the Creature from the Black Lagoon, which is just freaking amazing. So yeah.
So that's us, and it's been crazy just to see the growth of the company and where it started and where it is now is I go to work every day and just I can't believe it, like just kind of where we are from where we were in 2016, working out of 3 very small warehouses off Carricker Lane in SoCal over by I can't even remember that what's that car mechanic spot? Yeah, Winchester Auto. I don't know if anybody knows where that is, but we started basically in a back warehouse back there, just shipping orders. And when we got the Chucky license and we made those dolls, we were like, we need to get out of here because we can't fit all of this here.
Right, absolutely.
So we were able to find a 45,000 square foot warehouse. Over off 17th and Brommer, and now that's where we live and we run our business out of.
I was so fortunate that I was able to take a tour of that warehouse with Chris Zeffro, and it was amazing. I mean, just boxes and boxes and rows of horror stuff. And I was just like a kid in a candy store. It was fantastic. But Anthony, I understand you have a trivia giveaway contest.
I do. So I have.
All right.
So I got some questions. I have some things that I'm going to give away for those that know the answers to these questions. But if the first person to raise their hand and answer right will win. So
great. We've got Jen coming around with a microphone.
Cool. All right. First one is, how many Creature from Black Lagoon movies are there?
How many Creature from the Black Lagoon movies are there?
3?
That is correct. 3
All
is
right.
correct.
Yay. Brandon.
So the winners just come up and see me afterwards, just so you can stay in your seats.
Can you say what it is though that Brandon?
Yeah. So the answer is 3. Creature from Black Lagoon in 1954 was the first one. Revenge of the Creature in 53, I believe. Revenge of the Creature in 1954, and The Creature Walks Among Us in 1956.
Fantastic.
So
yeah,
that's good knowledge. I didn't even know that. What Santa Cruz horror movie shot in the 1980s featured vampires? I think I saw him first.
Okay.
You got to be my eyes, okay?
Okay, I'll help.
I'll give it to somebody else.
Okay. Lost Boys?
That is
Lost
correct.
Boys, yeah. All right, gotcha.
1987.
87.
Yep. And Stacy, who's our office manager, she was an extra in that movie.
Is that right? No
Yeah.
kidding. Wow. That
What
was a
year-
very, very formative movie for me.
What year was the first Michael Myers Halloween movie released?
Ooh. Oh, I see a confident.
1979?
That is incorrect.
Oh, no.
I think it was him next.
Over here somewhere? Yeah.
1978.
That is correct.
78. Bravo.
All right. And a lot of people don't know this, and I didn't know this, and this was an interesting selling tactic that I learned a few years back. But when this mask came out for us, what DC Comics villain was inspired by the 1928 silent film The Man Who Laughs?
The Joker.
That is correct.
Ah, and there's the man who laughs right there.
That's
right?
The Man Who Laughs.
Yeah, great job. All right. Well done.
All right. What famous actor's likeness was used to make one of the most iconic Halloween masks ever made? Hint: the mask is Michael Myers.
Yeah, William Shatner.
That is correct.
No. That's not true. Is that really true?
Yeah.
William Shatner?
You guys don't know this? You don't know the story behind that?
No, I didn't know that.
All right, so I'll give the story. But
Amazing.
So the William Shatner mask for Star Trek was actually in a Halloween store. Halloween '78 was a very low budget movie, like back in the day.
Yeah.
So they said, we need to find a mask, what he's gonna wear. So they went to their local Halloween store and they grabbed a William Shatner mask.
No kidding.
And they took it back and spray painted it white and changed put hair on it and changed the hairline and all that. That's the story behind Michael Myers and how it came about.
That's incredible. I
Who
didn't
would
know
know that they would sell millions and millions of masks
Right.
from years to come after that? So
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So we came out with we had the Star Trek license a few years back. We came out with the Captain Kirk mask, and people were just buying the mask to basically do
to do the Michael Myers.
Michael
mask.
Myers.
That's
basically
hilarious.
a rehaul on it. So
That's funny.
I'm surprised you didn't know that.
I didn't know that. No.
All right. What is the name of the possessed young girl in The Exorcist?
Oh, I know this one.
I think
Reagan?
that is correct.
Bravo. There's a new remake coming out right now, Exorcist Believer. Looks really scary.
Yeah. All right. Who played Frankenstein's monster in Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, and Son of Frankenstein? Who was first? Was it him?
Boris Karloff?
That is correct.
Yay.
And that's what I got. I mean, that's
Fantastic. Will you share what you're giving away
yeah.
so people can see?
Yeah, I got a Chucky bag here. I got a gizmo. More things here.
Oh, my God. Don't fall. My insurance won't cover it.
I got some scissors.
Scissors.
I got a Halloween 2 Myers mask.
Excellent. Wonderful.
I don't know.
William
Does
Shatner.
anybody know who Sally Face is?
Sally face?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Angela does.
I got a Sally Face and wig. This is kind of cool. I found this deep in the.
Oh.
This is a American Werewolf in London mask.
Oh, my God. Oh, I love it. I want it. I'm going to buy one of those.
Another Halloween 2018 Myers mask. So
Wow. Fantastic.
That's what we're giving away today.
Okay, so folks, come on up and get your stuff, and let's give a big Festival of Machos thank you to Anthony Austin.
Thank you for having us. And outside, we have some shirts, some soaps, some stickers.
T-shirts you got out there too?
Some keychains. Yeah, we got some stuff over there. If you could like to buy a shirt from us, hopefully we have your size. If not,
Great.
I'm sorry. You can go to our website, trickortreatstudios.com, or just swing on by and knock on the door.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank
cool.
you, Anthony. Yeah. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Yeah.